This right here is my Emerson WBS12. Now, this is one of the more newer radios that I have, and it's done me pretty well so far. It's not my most favorite, but it's definitely a good radio to have in your home. Only problem, I only really have like 2 problems with it, and I'll get to that once I get this thing set up. Holy crap. Okay, that's better. I had to get a new light. The lighting down here is not well. Kind of creepy lighting, but I got new lighting. I'm just not going to do that directly because it starts making my camera tweak out. So, you know, I'm going to actually move to the side more here. This light doesn't work. I'm not too... Oh, wait. If I can get it to work. Hold on. I have a better lighting fixture. Let's get on with this video. Now, I'm going to plug this in. And you're going to see something pretty cool. In my opinion, this is like probably the coolest part of this radio. That nice boot up animation. Now, if you guys don't know, this has smart set and it is a whatever the little R stands for, I think trademark. It automatically sets its time, and it has a little cell battery in there to save the time. It uses atomic time from what I know, but the atomic time's a little bit weird. It's like 5 minutes behind where I'm at, so it's not really working well. But anyways, let's get on with the radio. Now, first thing I'm going to point out is this button right here. It scrolls through different brightness on the screens. I usually keep it that dark whenever I'm sleeping because it's a pretty bright screen. But during the day, I have it that bright. And the quality of this radio, let's get to that.
Degrees. 2.66. Humidity was 76%.
It has a very beautiful. It's a high quality speaker. Look how
Martinsburg, cloudy skies. The temperature was
that's how good WXM42 sounds. It's a really good speaker, and especially on FM radio. I'm not going to play that whole thing because of copyright reasons. It's a really good speaker. Now, another thing that I want to point out is right here. This is actually a wireless charger, and I have this sitting on my bedside table because of that reason. And I also use it as my alarm. As you can see, I have an alarm set right there. But right here, I put my phone here during the night, and it wirelessly charges my phone, and I'm ready for the day. It charges up to 90, which I have a limit set to where I can only charge my phone to 90, so it doesn't damage my battery. But another thing that I forgot to point out is this long antenna. It has a very, very long antenna, which can be good for... I used to have this set to the marine channel, but now my ER310 is set to the marine channel, so yeah. Right there, you can see it has a thermostat, which would be right here along the back. That little black prong right there. That is the thermostat, which is nice. It's not the most accurate, but it definitely tells you the temperatures. You can set that to Celsius too if you want. Now, let's get on with the alert tone. Now, you can't alert test this radio itself, so I'm going to do a little something to do that. No, I did not illegally transmit. I just used a small FM transmitter. That is not an illegal transmission. That only goes like 2 feet from range. It has a Pac-Man sounding alert tone. It's not the best, but it'll definitely do. Actually, no, I actually quite like that alert tone. It's just not loud, but it'll definitely get your attention. Another feature that I like to point out on this radio is if you go down here, you can set the alarms. The time zone was, let it focus. Time zone was for, you can set alarms. And it actually has FM memory channels. So watch this. If I go onto the FM switch and I set it to like 97.1, I don't remember my channel. I can just click this one button. And it has like from what I remember, like 20 presets for channels. It has a lot of channel presets, which is actually pretty nice. Only thing that I don't like is that the button's on the bottom. But still. Now, here's issues that I want to point out. One, the alarm tone is not loud. So if you're downstairs, you're not probably going to be able to hear it. You have to have the door open and stuff, and you have to have an echoey hall to hear it if you're in the living room. And the other thing that I like to mention is that even though these speakers are high quality, there are issues where it just like pops every so often. Which I don't know if that's a problem with my unit, but it's definitely something that I'm going to point out. And, oh, I forgot to mention, not only does this have a wireless charger, but back here, there is a USB and a USB-C port. So you can plug in two different things, or just one thing, of your choice of a USB port. But yeah, this is a neat little unit. Other thing that I like to mention is it's really easy to pack. I mean, like, its build, besides this, if you just pack it down like that, it has a pretty slim build. You can pack it into your bag pretty well if you're going somewhere. Although I wouldn't recommend it using it as a travel radio. I'd get, like, an ER model from Midland or something, but it's a neat little radio. But, yeah, that was a review of this little thing. It's not the best radio I have in my collection, but it's definitely a good one if you're not an enthusiast and you just want one in your house, and one that's not annoying. Yeah, that's it for today. See ya.